Hey y'all, so let's have a conversation about Flint, Michigan. So, Flint, Michigan, as we all remember, was going through a major water crisis and still are to this very day. And so, back in like 2013, 2014, Flint water got contaminated due to the river there, and it was toxic, like extremely toxic for anybody to drink or bathe with or cook with or anything. And it was a major health crisis, an environmental crisis, and racist because it was happening to a town of majority black people. And the governor at the time, Snyder, did nothing about it and gaslit an entire community of black people. And recently, as you see in this tweet from Phil Lewis, shout out to him, he always got the good information. The Michigan Attorney General's office officially is ending its pursuit of criminal prosecutions over the Flint water crisis after 7 years of no convictions. The Flint prosecutors team says the case is now closed. What? How in the world are they just going to, oh, well, we're not really going to prosecute anybody who helped to create this problem for the residents of Flint. We're just going to wash our hands, literally, figuratively, of this whole situation. We're done. Like, bro. Like, what? And as somebody who is very vocal about things like this and has been for a while and was one of the first people before the mainstream media got a hold of it, was one of the first people to learn about what was really going on in Flint and what was really going on with their water. I feel devastated for the people of Flint. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. Like, then you have this very sweet little girl, little Miss Flint, who has been on the front lines fighting for clean water for her community for so long. Like, for so long. For like a whole decade of her life, she's been fighting and fighting and fighting for clean water for not only her own community in Flint, but for other marginalized communities that have been going through water crises, like New York, New Jersey, and also Jackson, Mississippi. And she's doing incredible work, incredible work. I implore you to go follow her on Instagram or Twitter. She is really, really great. And she actually has like this water filtration system that she's raising money for to be able to get into different cities so that they can get clean water. But yeah, this is ridiculous because look at this sign. Look at this sign. At the end of the day, she shouldn't have had to stand up for her community in the water. And it's sad that she had to become a youth teen activist at such a young age. And you can say that that's really cool. She's doing something to better her community. And I think that's dope. I think that's awesome. I think that's great. But at the end of the day, nobody should really be having to fight for any of this, because it should just be common sense that humans are allowed to have clean water, a basic human right. A basic human right. Like, what? Of course, all of this just comes down to environmental racism, and just racism in general, because you take a highly densely populated area that's just black people, black and brown people, and you contaminate their water, drinking water, something that you know is a vitally important thing for all humans, and you literally poison it so that they cannot use it, they can get sick, they can do all of these things, and then, in the end of the day, you're just gonna, oh well, too bad, we created this problem that's going to give these people a problem for the rest of their existence, and their kids and their kids' kids and forever, as long as people stay there. And we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to prosecute the bad guys. We're not going to do anything to help them. We're not going to get them clean water. We're not going to do anything. We're going to gaslight them. We're going to gaslight them. And it's gross and just morally reprehensible. And I'm just like, bro, what? What? It's so sad. It's so sad that, these governments and these officials just have at the palm of their hand basic human rights like drinking water. Like, please. It's so disrespectful to the people. Anyways, here's a little video from me from 2015 when I was out in Detroit, and we were doing a march for the residents of Detroit and Flint, Michigan for clean water, because it's important, and we need to remember that clean water is a basic human right that every human on this planet deserves. And it is sick and morally reprehensible when those in power take that away from you, especially under the guise of racism.